14 Kuki individuals who had been held by Naga groups demanding the release of 6 Naga men allegedly abducted by Kuki militants released unharmed. At least one person reportedly killed in fierce gunfight between armed groups along the IT road between Lasan Kuki village and Makui Jelangrong village this afternoon. President of Rongmei Naga Lupwan Manipur State, Chingdin Liu Panmei, warns of agitation until whereabouts of 6 Naga men allegedly abducted by Kuki militants are established. Kokomi Women Wing condemns alleged use of force by security personnel against Tangkol women and student protester at New Haven, Ukrul. The Assam members staged protests over alleged Boston paper scam. At least 3 Assam members injured in scuffle between police and agitators. Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand flags off 13 mobile medical units for hill districts under PM Janman and 30 Abha Janjatiya Utkars Abhiyan schemes. And 3 sons of Manipur brings laurels to the state after being conferred 2 Veer Chakras and a Surya Chakra for the exceptional bravery and distinguished service to the nation. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You are watching Primetime English Bulletin. I am RONIBALA bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. 14 Kuki individuals who had been held by Naga groups demanding the release of 6 Naga men allegedly abducted by Kuki militants were released unharmed this afternoon. According to sources, the detainees were freed at around 3:30 p.m. and formally handed over to Superintendent of Police Senapati by representatives of United Naga Council UNC, Naga People's Organization NPO, Senapati District Women's Association and Senapati District Students Association. Following the handover, the released individuals were escorted under the supervision of Senapati Police and joint team comprising Assam Rifles, CRPF and District Police. They were subsequently handed over to the chairman of Taphau Kuki village and later to village Chief Lankomang Chongloi in the presence of officials and community leaders from both sides. Representing the Naga side during the release process were Senapati District Women's Association President R.N. Hana and Senapati District Students Association President Saloni Tony, while Kuki NP Sadar Hills President Thangmin Len Kipgen and Tapo Kuki Youth Club legal in charge Kaimin Lun Chongloi represented the Kuki side. The release comes amid continuing uncertainty over the fate of 6 Naga men who were allegedly abducted by Kuki militants on May 13 and whose whereabouts remain unknown. Naga groups had been demanding their release in exchange for the 14 Kuki individuals. Earlier, on June 1, an attempt by UNC to secure the release of the 14 Kuki individuals failed following opposition from sections of the Naga community.
Nagas are culture people. We uphold war ethics and also we respect international law on human rights. We are also considering the commitment of the Honorable Home Minister Amit Shahji through Honorable CM of Nagaland, Dr. Nipurio, giving the assurance that the governments will put all out effort to trace out and establish the status of the mission hostages of our 6 Nagas. Further, the commitments and assurance given by the state's government of Manipur that they will put all effort and trace out the status of and establish the status of the mission hostages and produce within certain time-bound manner. With this, today the United Naga Council, in consultations with all the stakeholders, facilitated the safe release of the 14 Kuki detainees here and handed over to the district administrations, police and security forces before the public.
We have been detained 27 days under the Naga village guard, where we have been well treated. We have been provided good food, the best food available in the area, best clothing from panties, shirts, pants, blankets, and many more. My dear people, the Kuki people, I want to appeal you all that during our hostages in 27 days, we have learned a great things from the Naga brother. So I appeal you that you also copy these special things from them and do the good things in return to their kindness, and we were been really unconditional and on humanitarian grounds.
At least one person was reportedly killed in a fierce gunfight that broke out between armed groups along the IT road between Lasan Kuki village and the Tamai police station in Kangpopi district and Makui Jalerong village under Chalwa police station this afternoon around 1:30 p.m. Deceased has been identified as 50-year-old Haugin Lovum, son of Kupkam Lovum, a resident of Lasan Kuki village. Details surrounding the gunfight remain unclear. However, unverified reports suggested the exchange of fire involved armed Kuki groups. There were also concerns that the casualty toll also rise, although no official confirmation has been received so far. Meanwhile, sections of the Kuki community have alleged that the cadres of NSCN, IM and ZUFK were involved in the incident. The allegations have not been independently verified and no official statement has been issued by the groups concerned. Reports have also emerged alleging incidents of looting and damage to property, including vehicles at Lasan Kuki village. Authorities are yet to confirm the incident. President of Rongmei Naga, Lupwan Manipur State, Chingdin Liu Panmei warns of agitation until whereabouts of 6 Naga men allegedly abducted by Kuki militants are established. Speaking while receiving the mortal remains of Chungjang Lung Panmei at Reims mortuary today, Chingdin Liu alleged that the killing reflects the continuing threat posed by armed Kuki groups to Naga communities. Reports said Chungjang Lung had gone to a nearby forest area between Charoi, Pangdomba village, also known as Pongringlong Part 1, and Loiboy Kulent, to collect firewood as well as to check water pipeline when armed men allegedly opened fire. Chingdin Liu said the issue of the 6 Naga abductees must be resolved before any reconciliation or peace process can be meaningfully pursued. Post-mortem of Chungjang Lung Panmei, allegedly killed by armed Kuki groups, was conducted at Reims Morgue. His mortal remains were brought at the mortuary for post-mortem led yesterday. Meanwhile, Naga people have criticized both state and central government for allegedly failing to action against armed Kuki groups who have been attacking civilians. They warn of intense agitation over the village guard state and abduction of the 6 Naga men.
Prajamayamda hainingbasi wakhan pigloisi wakhan asida khoina hantaraga justice practice hawa akhoi lemin agni haibse and the question is to the government now, the government of Manipur as well as to the government of India. We want justice. Why we are silent? Why Manipur is silent? Why the government of India is silent? Kari maram gino asmaina asum repeated akhoi gi Naga community darme thon base kari maram gino. It is a big question. Masi akhoi lem na khoi thamba yaroi, lem na khoi lep yaroi, wakhan managa dawni maduna si ai ram ten noina aina hainingbadi. Let us be strong together, let us unite together, let this bring a unity among the Nagas. Together until unless justice is served.
Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchan condemns the killing of Chungjanglung Panmay of Rongmai Naga village, Ponringlong Part 1, Kampopi district. In a press note, CM Khemchan said that the state police and central paramilitary forces are carrying out operations to nab all perpetrators. He appealed to all communities to maintain peace and harmony. Kokomi Women Wing condemns alleged use of force by security personnel against Tangkhul women and student protesters at New Haven, Ukrul. Speaking to media at Kokomi Lamphelt office today, Kokomi Women Wing convener W. Luang Lema alleged that security forces use excessive force against protesters opposing the setting up of an Assam Rifles scheme without the consent of local residents. She termed the incident an assault on the women of Manipur and blamed both the state and central government for the situation. Luang Lema asserted that security camps should not be established without public consent and alleged disparity in the treatment of different armed groups by central forces. She further condemned the recent killing of a Naga villager and the assault of 2 others, calling for justice and accountability.
Mahairoi sing soiba adegedum thakta nupi singda atamna na makoina tayar gas kapaga sajai na tana dana kanba khongpak na kauba madu mitmangda mayam na sudum unari bani masida ekoi nupi ama oina ekoi gi iramdam sigi kunai sibu kanna bagi dam ta tholai bani nupi singda piriba harassment se sigi matang sida chuki matik nuai tabna maram oiraga ekoi gi nagagi tangkun nupi singda thoiba thokdok ta ekoi samak ta thokpani khalaga Hojik Ladiba, Manipur, Anova, Hojik CRPM, Narang Higre, Kanoda, Kulaibu Piragadi, Hetakapo, Haidana, Adu, Ladiba, Ching the cookie, the Capo de Ribra, Natagana, Quigi, Tapata and Capa do Ribra.
Speaking to media, Women Wing co-convener R.K. Tharaksana said public's opinion that Assam Rifles are in favor of Kuki community is based on their actions. She condemned setting up Assam Rifle camps at New Haven, Ukrul without the consent of the locals. She maintained that brutality and high-handedness on peaceful women and student protesters could have been prevented through proper dialogue. Tharaksana went on to say that such incidents are taking place because Armed Forces Special Powers Act is still enacted in the state's hill areas.
Jantano Wakantano, what is an Rayabo Pochida? Hector Makoinami Hibadona, Kogi Central Post, or Asana Panam, always Asana Palestina, Makoisi, Kuki, Paberda, Labadona, Coin Uribas, Mokoi activities in a coin Uribaneva. I am Matamda, Ukiki against the Hecariumba, Halakase, Makoyan in Deba, Hector Moisaweba, Aduna, Akoi Misama Masu, Shirakiba, Adusokoi highly condemned, Masagum Batabox, any Nagada Oibei, may take the Oibei, may take Pang and the Oibei, any new piece in that Smina, na or central post na or security post na or to state post na or to asigumba ko gi tamthiba ako gi miyoy bigilis na tabase masita biganu.
Natives People Committee Manipur has demanded a clear response from both the state and central government on whether they truly stand for indigenous communities of the state. The committee asserted that it would take necessary measures to safeguard Manipur and its people if governments fail to do so. Speaking to media persons at Manipur Press Club in Imphal today, convener of Native People's Committee Manipur Ashanka Sir strongly condemned the excessive use of force by Assam Rifles personnel on women agitators during a recent protest in Ukrul district, demanding removal of Assam Rifles from the area. He stated that several women sustained injuries in the incident and informed that the committee would approach higher authorities seeking legal action against the personnel involved. Ashankasar also condemned the killing of Chungjanglung Panmay of Ponringlong village in None district, who was also a member of village authority. He further criticized the alleged inaction of state government over incidents of abduction and killing of civilians in the state.
Nasi sigumba ngahak leiraga pamdaba thabak thupa chathariba sida Manipur gi lengakna karigi tumina leibano haibase karigi action lokhapong amtaribano karigi micham singda akhoi indigenous people native people micham singda protect ibang amtaribano mapangi mi singla laraga natraga akhoi gi unlawful militant singna chatharaga akhoi gi mi sing phara haliba chathariba mong sida Manipur gi government na yenglaga leibasi karino haibase mayang mamangda Native People Committee Manipur na masigi achaubo wahang se mayamda akhoi lengak asida hamjari aduna masi athuba matamda culprit singse lengak na pharaga book tawbigidabani.
Meanwhile, co-convener of the committee, Purai Lakpam Deban, expressed serious concern over the uncertainty faced by indigenous people in Manipur. He stated that people are living without security and slammed government for its failure to restore normalcy and law and order in the state. Deban lamented that justice is yet to be delivered in Chonglaubi killings and questioned whether the government was deliberately allowing the crisis to continue. He also raised concern over the lack of free movement for civilians along the highways, while two groups were allegedly moving freely. Further questioning the centre's policies, Deban alleged that government of India may be attempting to transform Manipur into a state dominated by illegal immigrants.
Indian security force have public public communal communal indigenous people illegal immigrants in the India government indigenous people
People are personnel in the villages after recruitment, terming the Home Minister's remark a far-fetched claim akin to hoping that a child would become IAS later in life and enter in administrative sector to do good for the public. Abote stressed that the recent attacks by Myanmar-based militant groups KNAB and PDF should not be downplayed as having no involvement of external aggression. Speaking to news person on the sidelines of a visit at violence-affected villages of Zet, Choro, Namli and Wongli today by members of Puya, Abote urged authorities concerned to recognize the recent attacks as a threat to national security. Abote demands serious effort from state authorities to station state forces in the area. He also appealed authorities to address the issues being faced by the villagers in different sectors, including infrastructure, healthcare and electricity.
Home Minister na IRB battalion lawgadaba lay madu lawra kana thamge haiba wafam dudi akhoi poktriba ngang na IS power kanda thabak tawhunge haiba sap mani hariba wafam sing adudi chatnaba yaroidaba oiba yaroidaba nina khudak ki oina arrangement ama tawifam thokpani aduga mana Home Minister masamangna external aggressive yaude haiba se masi external aggression yaude haiba se masi tasengna aran mo wafam ni minna khongna proof leiraba khunja singi witness eyewitness leiraba mo wafam ni minna khongna proof leiraba khunja singi witness eyewitness leiraba wafam asibu nathai na honaba khunja singda chieng khara alu bek ama pisalaga hidak lang thakra pisalakanda issue sibu nathai na tawbani haina puya ki mai kaidagi lawi.
Speaking to Impact News, a resident of Jaichoro Mushun Jimik revealed that affected villagers had filed a police complaint in connection to the attack carried out by Myanmar-based KNAB and PDF, while several houses were burned to the ground. The aggrieved villager lamented that no action has been taken up in this regard and no compensation has been provided. He went on to voice out resentment over authorities' indifference in the plight and sufferings of the villagers, urging to give compensation to affected villagers without further delay for resettlement. Informing that the villagers are now living in fear that Myanmar-based militants may launch attack anytime, he demanded authorities to deploy adequate state forces in the area to provide safety and security to the villagers.
adubu akoina pikhatpagi matung kari kari lakpra haibdudi huji moigi responsibility laktre bako yum da leriba akoi thamriba pot je si loina chakrapani na tu koi amawur so loina mutara dai aduga huji akoina government ani chiba mati akoina huji ka si da leriba borderline si da lerib se koi hoi ni su yamde adugi matung da akoina sumaina borderline si da leriba matam si da government su kha yingsin bi matam mathau su oye government the compensation su koi thab su thakat kre adu su athuba matam da koi bu bibiba aduga koi lag leininga.
Three members of Democratic Students Alliance of Manipur, DESAM, including a lady, sustained injuries after a scuffle broke out between police personnel and agitators during a protest over alleged bosom paper scam today. DESAM members staged a protest demonstration from around 11:30 a.m. by sitting in front of the entrance gate of bosom office located at Babupara, Imphal. The agitators raised slogans demanding formation of a high-level inquiry committee to probe the alleged paper scam involving education, as Commissioner BOSEM chairman and secretary. They also demanded blacklisting of several firms allegedly involved in supplying poor quality examination papers and action against those responsible. On receiving information about the protests, a large contingent of Imphal West District Police personnel arrived at the site and attempted to disperse demonstrators. However, protesters refused to leave the venue without meeting relevant officials. As tensions escalated, police reportedly used chili spray to disperse the agitators, during which one female protester fainted and was immediately rushed to hospital for treatment. A scuffle later broke out between police personnel and protesters, further intensifying the situation. The protest later extended towards Imphal police station, where another confrontation erupted after police personnel intercepted demonstrators allegedly attempting to kick the police station gate. One male Assam protester sustained injuries during the clash. Protesters also alleged that male police personnel assaulted female agitators during the commotion. Later in the day, a Assam team led by its president O. Romesh met Superintendent of Police in Imphal West District. In speaking in connection with the protests, O. Romesh warned that Assam would continue its agitation until justice is delivered in the alleged paper scam case. He also urged government to take necessary steps to resolve the issue.
Board Putoiba Lyric Sibu number the season Riba, CSing a Sigi, for qualities as a Yaude, high qualities in a say Yawan view, Amadi, Masibu, Haraiba Palmdo, Maduki Matatuda, punishment view. Haidana Haiba farming Aduda, blacklist of view, Aduga, Makois Dugi Matakta, Lokat Pantopa, Lingaxina, Lokat view, Hibasa, Masi Desam, Yam Jenan Weba, protest Ama, Yam Jenan Weba from Mama, Labang Miam the Putokran Kali, Masi Tikaga Marilina Batabangate, Desam loud said, Tikagi Nate, Base, Labaxigi, Kunaisigi, Hosuzik Ladyba, Akogi.
During a seminar on major public examination in school education, issues and challenges, held on May 24, speaking to media at Manipur Press Club today, Association President L. Joy Kuman said the seminar adopted key recommendations including effective implementation of National Education Policy NEP 2020 and its rules and regulations across the state, ensuring at least 200 instructional days for students annually and conducting major school examinations during the last quarter of December or the first quarter of January. He stated that the recommendations have already been submitted to the Commissioner of Education, Director of Education Schools and other concerned government officials for necessary action.
Exam conducting authority oriba board amani council amasi tawdabra haibari tawraga leiba port ngakti but makoina tawriyo porse masi effectively tawdabana maram orakanda ngasi akoin haiba exam ani sida masathopa exam amu udadana lakpani ana haiba sing se ningthina akoina piriba suggestion siga hana tawbirami ba sing siga ani tuna yengbirakanda ngasai exam conducting authority oriba ani sina amuktang effectively masi yam sincerity amadi makoigi yamna thamoi sengbu pullakan exam to view authority oriba government su bieng sangbirakanda exam khudingi leiba wathuk oiraba akoi examination ani se yamna fair oiba examination ama pangthokna bu hona badang asi akoina lojeriba recommendation se masina su macha khradi oine hena khanjai adu ningthina mari len masina yengbirakanda recommendation asirigi lokhotpa yaba khar lokhotpirakanda examination se masak to exam tan ohen biu.
Aggrieved beneficiaries of National Food Security Act of Ketrigao Assembly Constituency allege irregularities in supply of rice grain for 2 months, alleging that 3-month worth of rice grain had already been lifted from warehouse. Beneficiaries stayed in protest today at Kanglai Park Thangta Culture Association office, Lairenpa, demanding agents concerned to supply rice grain without further delay. Speaking to news persons on the sidelines, a beneficiary from Nahap Group Makapat Wand Irom Sumati informed that beneficiaries had appealed to agents concerned to supply rice grain for the months of April, May and June. However, rice quota